Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
IELTS writing samples. The maps show a beachfront in Australia in 1950 and today. The maps detail the changes that have taken place in a beachfront area in Australia since 1950 until now. In general, the entire waterfront area has witnessed substantial development, including the introduction of new facilities, buildings, and access roads. Back in 1950, the access roads reached only up to the car park adjacent to the pavilion. Today, the access road stretches all the way around to the lighthouse situated by the beach. Furthermore, a new car park has been constructed, replacing the former children's playground area. The two swimming pools situated next to the beach are still present today. However, the pool on the western side has been renovated into a 50-meter pool. Moreover, new buildings for a restaurant and surf club have been constructed nearby. The 25-meter pool near the lighthouse remains unchanged, but now there's also a new building for another surf club.
The maps illustrate the evolution of a beachfront area in Australia from 1950 to the current day. Overall, the entire beachfront area has experienced notable development, including the construction of new facilities, buildings and access roads. In 1950, the access road ended at the car park next to the pavilion. Presently, it extends to the lighthouse by the beach. Furthermore, a new car park has been built, replacing the old children's playground area. The two swimming pools next to the beach are still there today. However, the one on the western side has been transformed into a 50-meter pool. Additionally, new buildings for a restaurant and surf club have been constructed nearby. The 25-meter pool next to the lighthouse remains as is, but there's now also a new building for another surf club.
The table shows the cost of water in 5 cities in Australia. The table outlines the water consumption charges for residents of 5 Australian cities. On the whole, there are increases in usage charges for residents in Adelaide, Brisbane, and Perth once their water consumption surpasses 125 kilolitres, while pricing remains consistent in the other 2 cities. Moreover, while Perth has the highest average water bill per household, the opposite is observed in Melbourne. In Adelaide and Perth, residents pay 42 cents per kilolitre if their usage remains below 125 kilolitres, approximately half the rate compared to other cities. However, once water usage exceeds 125 kilolitres in most cities, the cost nearly doubles in Adelaide to $1 and almost triples in Perth to $1.50. Meanwhile, residents in Melbourne and Sydney are charged a fixed rate of 78 cents and 98 cents per kilolitre, respectively, regardless of consumption. In Brisbane, users are only charged an additional 3 cents if their usage surpasses 125 kilolitres. In general, Perth residents face the highest water usage costs totaling $332, which significantly surpasses those of Sydney, $319, Adelaide, $312, and Brisbane, $310. Conversely, households in Melbourne spend the least on water consumption with only $253, marking the lowest amount among the 5 cities.
The table presents an analysis of the water consumption fees for residents across 5 cities in Australia. In general, usage charges rise when residents in Adelaide, Brisbane, and Perth exceed 125 kilolitres of water consumption, while the pricing remains steady in the other 2 cities. Additionally, while Perth records the highest average water bill per household, Melbourne exhibits the opposite trend. In Adelaide and Perth, residents are charged 42 cents per kiloliter for usage below 125 kiloliters, roughly half the price compared to other cities. However, once water usage in these cities exceeds 125 kiloliters, the cost nearly doubles in Adelaide to $1 and almost triples in Perth to $1.50. Meanwhile, residents in Melbourne and Sydney pay a fixed rate of 78 cents and 98 cents per kiloliter, respectively, regardless of their consumption. In Brisbane, an extra 3 cents is charged only if water usage exceeds 125 kiloliters. Overall, the cost of water usage is highest for residents of Perth, totaling $332, which significantly exceeds the figures for Sydney, $319, Adelaide, $312, and Brisbane, $310. Meanwhile, households in Melbourne spend the least on water consumption, with only $253, the smallest amount among the 5 cities.